What if I told you that you could make a fortune by investing in gold? Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. In 2024, gold prices soared to a record high as the US dollar lost its value and power. How did this happen? Come, let's find out more. Gold is a shiny yellow metal that people use to make jewelry, coins, and other things. Gold is also a kind of money that people can trade with each other. Gold is very valuable because it is rare, and it does not rust or corrode. Sometimes the price of gold goes up or down depending on how much people want to buy or sell it. The price of gold is measured in dollars, which is another kind of money that people use in the United States and other countries. In 2024, the price of gold reached a record high, which means it was the highest it ever was. 1 ounce of gold was worth more than $2,000, which is a lot of money. There are many reasons why the price of gold went up so much in 2024. One reason is that the dollar became weaker. The dollar is weaker when it can buy fewer things than before. For example, if a dollar could buy a loaf of bread yesterday, but today it can only buy half a loaf of bread, then the dollar is weaker. When the dollar is weaker, people need more dollars to buy the same amount of gold. This makes the price of gold go up in dollars. Another reason is that interest rates went down. The interest rate is the amount of money that people have to pay when they borrow money from a bank or a lender. For example, if someone borrows $100 from a bank with a 10% interest rate, they have to pay back $110. When the interest rate is lower, people have to pay less money when they borrow money. This makes borrowing money cheaper and easier. When the interest rate is lower, people also get less money when they save money in a bank or a lender. For example, if someone saves $100 in a bank with a 10% interest rate, they get $110 after a year. When the interest rate is lower, they get less money after a year. This makes saving money less attractive or rewarding. A group of people decides the interest rate, called the Federal Reserve, or the Fed for short. The Fed is in charge of making sure that the economy of the United States is stable and growing. The economy is the system of how people produce, trade, and use goods and services. Sometimes the economy is doing well, and sometimes it is doing poorly. In 2024, the economy of the United States was doing poorly because of many problems. One problem was the coronavirus pandemic, which was a disease that spread around the world and made many people sick and die. Another problem was the oil crisis, which was a situation where the supply of oil was low and the demand for oil was high. Oil is a liquid that people use to make gasoline, plastic, and many other things. When the supply of oil is low and the demand for oil is high, the price of oil goes up. This makes everything that uses oil more expensive and harder to get. Because of these problems, the Fed decided to lower the interest rate to help the economy. The Fed hoped that by lowering the interest rate, people would borrow more money and spend more money on goods and services. This would create more jobs and income for people and businesses. The Fed also hoped that by lowering the interest rate, people would save less money and invest more money in other things. This would make the economy more diverse and resilient. However, lowering the interest rate also had some negative effects. One effect was that it made the dollar weaker. When the interest rate is lower, people want to hold less dollars and exchange them for other currencies or assets. This reduces the demand for dollars and increases the supply of dollars. When the demand for dollars is low and the supply of dollars is high, the value of dollars goes down. This makes the dollar weaker. Another effect was that it increased inflation. Inflation is the rate at which prices of goods and services go up over time. For example, if a loaf of bread costs $1 today but $2 next year, then the inflation rate is 100%. When the inflation rate is high, people need more money to buy the same things as before. This makes the money less valuable and less useful. Many factors can cause inflation, but one factor is the amount of money in the economy. When there is more money in the economy than there are goods and services, the price of goods and services go up. This is because people have more money to spend, but there are not enough things to buy. This creates more demand for goods and services and less supply of goods and services. When the demand is high and the supply is low, the prices go up. This causes inflation. Lowering the interest rate can increase the amount of money in the economy. This is because when the interest rate is lower, people borrow more money and spend more money. This creates more money in the economy. However, if the amount of goods and services does not increase as much as the amount of money, then the prices of goods and services will go up. This will cause inflation. In 2024, the inflation rate was high because of the low interest rate and the high oil price. The low interest rate increased the amount of money in the economy, while the high oil price increased the cost of production and transportation. This made the prices of goods and services go up faster than the income and wages of people and businesses. This made the money less valuable and less useful. Because of the weak dollar and the high inflation, many people decided to buy gold instead of holding dollars or saving money in a bank or a lender. Gold is a good alternative to money because it is rare, durable, and does not lose its value over time. Gold is also a good hedge against inflation because it keeps its purchasing power when the prices of goods and services go up. Gold is also a good store of value because it can be easily traded and exchanged for other things. When more people want to buy gold, the demand for gold goes up. When the demand for gold is high and the supply of gold is low, the price of gold goes up. Many people also bought gold as a way to profit from the rising price of gold. Bloomberg Intelligence is a company that provides research and analysis on different topics, such as business, finance, and economics. Mike McGlone works for Bloomberg Intelligence as a senior macro strategist. This means he studies and predicts the big trends and changes that affect the whole economy and the world. Mike McGlone made a statement about the price of gold. Gold is also a kind of money that people can trade with each other. Gold is very valuable because it is rare and it does not rust or corrode. The price of gold is how much money 1 unit of gold is worth. For example, 1 ounce of gold is worth about $1,800 right now. The price of gold can change depending on how much people want to buy or sell it. The price of gold is usually measured in dollars, which is another kind of money that people use in the United States and other countries. Mike McGlone said that the prices of gold are trying to hold on to the $2,000 support, which used to be a price of resistance. This means that the price of gold is trying to stay above $2,000, which is a level that makes it hard for the price to go down. This level used to be a level that made it hard for the price to go up. Support and resistance are terms that people use to describe the levels where the price of something tends to stop or change direction. Support is a level where the price tends to bounce back up after going down. Resistance is a level where the price tends to bounce back down after going up. This is what Mike McGlone meant when he said that $2,000 used to be a price of resistance for gold. This means that the price of gold had a hard time going above $2,000 in the past. But in 2024, the price of gold broke through $2,000 and went higher. This means that $2,000 became the new support for gold. This means that the price of gold can now bounce on $2,000 and it will be harder for it to go back down. Gold is the ultimate money. It never loses its value, no matter what happens in the world. But in 2024, gold prices reached a level that shocked everyone. What did it mean for the future of the world? Comment your thoughts on this and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.